The range function in Python. We've been iterating on ranges in for loops so far. In this lecture, we'll discuss the range function and its syntax with 1, 2, and 3 arguments. We'll then use it to build a for loop. Let's begin. In simple terms, range is an inbuilt function that returns a range object. Range of 8 gives us a range object from 0 to 8. Well, actually 0 to 8 minus 1. If we convert this into a list, we have in a list the integers 0 to 7. This was a simple example with one argument, but range can take up to 3 arguments. When it takes a single argument, it traverses left to right and returns the integer values from 0 to n minus 1. This value tells it where to stop. In the following examples, we'll convert each resulting range object into a list so we can see the results. Range of 3 returns values 0 to 2. Range of minus 3 doesn't return anything. Similarly for range of 0. And range of 1 returns integers from 0 to 0, which is just one integer, 0. Now with 2 arguments, we get integer values from the first to the second minus 1. The 2 values tell it where to start and where to stop. This starts at 0 and stops at 6. This one starts at 7 and stops at 0, and since that doesn't make sense, this returns nothing. But minus 7 to 2 does have something to return. So does minus 7 to minus 4, not minus 2. And these two don't return anything. Now with 3 arguments, we get values from the first to the second minus 1, but at an interval of the third. This is the step value. So this tells it where to begin, where to end, and how much to increment each value by. The default for this is +1. From 7 to 2, right to left, an interval of -1 means it traverses right to left. And with an interval of -2, it skips the values 6, 4, and 2. With an interval of -8, it only gives us one value, 7. After that, it has nothing to traverse at a distance of 8. Now left to right, this gives us integers from 1 to 6, but with an interval of 2. So this gives us the values 1, 3, and 5. Let's take more examples. 12 to 3, but left to right, doesn't give us anything. Because left to right, it can only go upward from 12. The interval can't be a float. It can also not be 0. So far, we've seen 3 kinds of calls to the range function. The value for where to stop is mandatory, rest are optional, and have default values provided. Let's build a for loop here. This loop iterates on the range object with the value 0 to 5. It then prints the double of those. Double of 0 is 0, that of 1 is 2, and so on until the double of 5, which is 10. This is the range function, and it takes about 1 to 3 values.